Investigators say they are looking at a number of possibilities of who carried out a suicide bomb attack in the southern Russian city of Volgograd that killed 15 people. RT's correspondent Margaret Howell is at the scene of the tragedy near the railway station.
Well, I'm standing here in Volgograd, literally a short path down from the Volgograd Regional Train Depot, just behind me where a bomb went off Sunday, December 29th, killing 15 people so far and a 16th person believed to be the suicide bomber. Over 35 people in to change. Now, it was originally reported that it was a female suicide bomber, now believed to be a male by law enforcement officials, possibly a male bomber. At this point, it's inconclusive. They originally believed the suspect to be a female 26-year-old from the Republic of Dagestan. However, finding a male finger in the clip of a grenade, the suspect thought to be now male by law enforcement officials. The role of the female is inconclusive. A bomb just 20 minutes past noon, ripping through the corridor of the Volgograd train station. It was detonated around the security checkpoint, this instantly killing the police officer trying to stop the bomber. Now, the police have since found that another explosive device was in fact present but did not detonate. So whomever intended this, planted this bomb and carried out this suicide mission clearly intended massive harm. Now, the emergency ministry sent a fully equipped plane from Moscow to Volgograd with medical personnel, including a trauma surgeons on board to collect those seriously injured. Those that were taken to the hospital, they're now coming to grips with the horrifying consequences that resulted from today's blast. Take a listen.
She's not on the list. My daughter. I'm looking for my daughter. She was at the train station. My son, father, and niece were inside the train station when the blast went off. They're all in intensive care now. They're badly injured. They were headed for a train to Moscow, but never made it.
The explosive originally reported that at its core, it was covered with metal fragments that make the bomb's impact more deadly. Well, a 9-year-old girl in critical condition, her mother was killed in Sunday's blast. Also, 2 young boys believed to be cousins. They also died from the bombing of the train station. One of their fathers is alive in critical condition at a hospital now. Well, taking a look back on the events of Sunday in Volgograd, here's RT's Irina Golushko.
The bomb went off just before 1 p.m. in Volgograd's busy train station. The detonation ripped through an area around a security checkpoint as unsuspecting passengers waited for their luggage to be inspected.
I bent down to collect my documents when I saw a flash of light, and there was a blast. I was thrown back by the explosion. When I came to my senses, a man was carrying me out. Only outside was I able to get a breath of air and started to understand what was happening.
I was inside in the waiting hall. I heard an explosion. I didn't realize what had happened. And I saw the giant entrance doors completely ruined, and people were coming out with their hair and bodies burned.
Among those to die at the scene was a police officer who was reportedly trying to stop one of the suspected terrorists, a woman, from carrying out her murderous mission.
I was with a child not far from where the blast happened. I saw a blast, shattered glass flying. I pushed the child to the floor and covered him with my body.
Officials say the bomb was equivalent to at least 10 kilos of TNT, an estimate supported by the scene of devastation. Only the security checkpoint prevented this from being much worse. An unexploded grenade was found at the scene of the blast, and now investigators are looking at whether a second bomber was involved. This is the second time in just a few months that the southern Russian city has fallen victim to terrorists. A blast on a passenger bus in October is still raw in the memories of people here. Back then, it was a female suicide bomber. She killed 6 and injured over 30 others. The first 3 days of January have been declared days of mourning in the Volgograd region. Those days are the very heart of Russia's New Year holiday celebrations. But this year, authorities have decided, perhaps understandably, that the festivities should be cancelled. Irina Galushko, RT, Moscow.
Now, there has been a lot of reaction to the events in Volgograd on social media. In fact, Twitter eyewitnesses have been posting their reports from the scene. Let's take a look at some of them. In fact, a photographer who lives very close by said that the blast was so powerful, the huge doors at the railway station were completely blown out. Another witness reports that people immediately arrived at the scene to help victims, while the deputy head of the city tweeted that all of Volgograd's top officials are at the site of the incident. Now, we spoke to senior lecturer at Moscow State University, Mark Sliboda. He explained why he believes the city came under attack.
Volgograd is a principal focus simply because it's an easy and close target to the south of the Caucasus. Just yesterday, the Russian security services reported that a principal aide to the self-styled Emir of the Caucasus, Doku Umarov, was killed in Dagestan by security forces. I think we can look at this attack today as far more than likely a very rapid reaction revenge attack for the killing of this aide of Doku Umarov's.